Actually, in the starting, we have mentioned about the ITIL.
Yes.
Can you please differentiate these three terms like ITIL, APQC, and eTOM? Okay. A lot of Pakistanis, maybe Indians, want to migrate in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
So, what is the best way to crack the job in this field? What type of opportunity means how much opportunity here in Saudi Arabia according to the market? You know very well.
For business process management is a and organizational excellence is a very hot market.
Okay.
Anywhere. You have to move from taking ingredient or even making a pizza, from taking the dough to making it to moving it to the next employee. It has to be supported by the facility.
Right.
If it is there, it's okay. Otherwise, like old day schools, Bukhari or in our restaurants, this guy is cooking and they are fighting. No, it was my order and it was my order. There's enough.
I just want to ask a funny question.
Yeah.
The funny question is that. So,
funny about it. It's good.
okay, so the question is I'm a Gen Z.
Yes.
Okay. I'm always in hurry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yes.
How I can do this? Like. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to NAYM Podcast. Today we have a very special guest with us, Awais Afzal. He's a senior business process analyst based in Riyadh with extensive experience in business process management, ICT operation, IT service management, quality management, and process compliance. Today, we are gonna discuss why companies struggle with operations, why SOPs fail, how KPI should actually be used, and how audit can improve organization, and what career opportunity here in Saudi Arabia in this field. Thank you so much coming to my podcast.
Jazakallah khair wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's an honor, Mr. NAYM, to be with you, and it will be an honor that we can benefit other people by telling them what these entities are and how we can move forward in this amazing career.
Okay, so actually, Awais, I'm a little bit curious about your field.
Yes.
You are working as a senior business process specialist.
Right.
Can you please elaborate this field about the each and everything, like what you have past experience, how you switch, and about your current role?
Yeah, sure. So in short, I actually graduated in 2004. It's quite a while now, 22 years in my professional career. I started with call centers implementation as an asterisk voice over IP server and Linux system administrator. After spending almost 4 to 5 years, I was selected in Telenor Pakistan, which unfortunately just today 345 has been removed and it merged into UFON. From Telenor, I got all this experience of processes and system processes and how to deal with BPOs and business process, end-to-end customer strategy. How does it connect with KPIs? A little bit high level of my career got the experience out of IT towards business, first time in Telenor.
Okay.
From there, I moved to or migrated to Saudi Arabia. I was selected with an STC contractor.
Okay.
Called Bazi, if we're allowed to take the names for sure. They were an amazing team. They had some OSS softwares which monitor the events and alarms in networks and systems and databases and generate an automated incidents or tickets.
Okay.
Working in this organization, I got an opportunity with IBM Saudi Arabia to implement and to run operations for ITCC and CAFD.
Okay.
So we are from the team. We joined in the barracks where there was no CAFD and no RDC compound. We started from scratch, implemented the ITSM system. So when I came here, with the help of one of our common friend and my mentor, Adnan Rafiq, I got ITIL certified. Not only got certified, but I also implemented a couple of ITSM processes into organizations with him, and I became a trainer for ITIL. So talking about ITIL, IT Infrastructure Library, it is a compound of a value chain, how end-to-end businesses and processes are connected, and how you group them from implementation to running operations, and after operations, how do you maintain tickets and upgrade and change management and problem management. So 5 years into implementing and maintaining Maximo IBM system, which is an ITSM tool and asset management tool.
Okay.
So when I'm working here and I'm implementing these processes, and I move on to extend it to, because Maximo is also an IT asset management server or a function. So I jumped into processes beyond IT only.
Okay.
This is the first time.
Okay.
So in 2017, we finished our project. From here, I moved on to Ijada Systems.
Okay.
And with them, I was working with ITSM and ITAM, IT Asset Management.
Okay.
So I implemented it in Mumra, Minister of Municipal and Rural Affairs. It was an amazing experience, 2 years. And then one of my previous bosses got me to the current organization, which is Tahakom,
Okay.
as totally non-IT, purely business process management and quality engineering. This is a quick high level of journey. Yeah.
So what I have searched about you, you have done your graduation into IT.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You have started your career into networking.
Networking and system administration.
Yes. So how much it's difficult to move from the networking to the business analyst?
Yeah, it's a good question. So when from networking or system or infrastructure, when you move on to the functional systems or implementing the processes and automating it and bringing the digital automation journeys, now you became into a little bit of a leadership role who implement the processes
Okay.
for network management, for database management,
Okay.
system management. So all those containers which we were specialized for, now we look it a little bit up.
Okay.
So here comes the part of ITSM, IT service.
That means you are interested to upgrade yourself into the upper management.
Yes. So you have to gradually, as you age, you should look upon more things. So I became this implementer. While you're implementing, you are meeting the business, you are asking their requirements. Now you're getting into the language of not pure database and queries or networks and switches. Now you're going into business to business talk. Then you translate them, take those requirements and implement them.
Right.
While implementing and taking out all these functional requirements, you become better into business. So here is the path. If somebody is a software developer or an infrastructure systems administrator, he has to work on, first thing is the language.
Okay.
The communication skills is very, very critical
Okay.
to move on. And the second thing is on how to...
I have a question, like in which language? Like you will prefer the Arabic fluently, we need to go with, or English also?
in Saudi market, alhamdulillah, it's an international.
Okay.
And you've got lots of Indians and Pakistanis, so you can go to even Urdu and Hindi.
Okay.
You've got a big market, of course, for Arabic.
Okay.
But English is, because it's the part of the tools and
Okay.
it's normally common, so even English is fine.
So you are fluent in Arabic?
I am fine in Arabic. Alhamdulillah. I'm quite good
Like in a professional
written Arabic.
way? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But in spoken, I say I'm okay. My friends, they don't agree with me. They rate me higher.
Okay. Actually, in the starting, we have mentioned about the ITIL. Okay.
Yes.
Actually, can you please differentiate these three terms like ITIL, APQC, and eTOM?
Okay, good. So ITIL is IT Infrastructure Library. It
Okay.
actually started for IT only.
Is it a tool or
It's a library,
Okay.
a framework, a business framework combined for the processes.
Okay.
How, if you want to define services, what will be the services and what will be the strategy for it.
Okay.
From strategy, then you will move on to a development and design, real detailed design, low-level designs, high-level design. What processes are needed for that? How to combine them with the hardware assets,
Okay.
with the software assets, which we call them CMDB, configuration management database, where you define a mouse and a Windows version and an IP of a system and everything, all these small components. So this is also part of the ITIL. Then from design, you move on to transition phase, where you now want to move all this data center or whatever you have established, whether application or hardware. Now you reach out to customers. That can be your internal customer,
Okay.
or it can be a business if you're selling some service like STC. So if it's internal customer, any organization will have their IT and they will implement their data center, and then they will reach out for for example, network services, firewalls, email service, all these domain controllers, everything will be reached out to the customer. So this is part of the ITIL. Then it comes for service operations. So when you implement something, it's okay, fine, it was good. Running the operations, not letting the system down 24/7 is the job. This is where one of your question also came, why business and IT are always clashing each other. Business is looking for return on investment and benefits or value. IT, they look at it as IT as a cost center, that okay, now I have to upgrade the server and I have to pay for this license and I have to buy this equipment and this equipment, without realizing that the base which they are running their business on is all on IT. So in old days, this could be considered 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Now there is no service, no restaurant, no bank, no small thing or a big thing. Everything is running on IT services. So ITIL is a framework giving some set of processes to connect end to end from strategy until the user. How do you do that? And then there are tools which are called for example, ServiceNow, Jira, ITSM Maximo for IBM. All these tools are having those processes available. You plug them according to your organization needs. And they're integrated.
So let's say if I will compare the market between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Have you think about like you can work in Pakistan also as a business process management?
Yes. It's a global skill. It's actually a really global skill where you are once connecting your question to ITIL, and then you have eTOM, enhanced telecom operating procedures. Anyone wants to establish a new telecom organization, it has end-to-end processes and functions to set up all these detailed processes in that. Documents available, you will change those processes according to your. So this means whether you're in Pakistan, in Saudi Arabia, or anywhere in the world, you want to establish an organization or enterprise, you will need these processes to hook up and connect. Then comes APQC, American Process for Quality Control. This APQC is even above. It can go for a military establishment to establish all those processes, Ministry of Education to establish all the processes for Ministry of Education, any other government entity, private entity, very big or very small. It will allow you to have not only IT processes, but also supply chain, marketing, HR, and everything. So now you're moving beyond IT. When we're talking about ITSM, it's only focused on IT functions. But when you say APQC and eTOM, it's talking about all functions across any organization. Because eTOM is specific to telecom. APQC is for any entity.
So the reason why I have asked this question from you, let's say a lot of Pakistanis, maybe Indians, want to migrate in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
So what is the best way to crack the job in this field?
So for this one, for any field, by the way, and particularly the competitive market of Saudi Arabia, mashallah, with lots of trainings and education, they spent 20, 30 years ago on their students. You have to certify to prove that you know a skill. So common certifications everybody talks about is, for example, PMP is full of processes and it has phases, but it's very limited. For our skill, it is called PBA. From PMI, it's called a Professional Business Analyst. You're certified. There is a local entity by Bassam Al-Kharashi from ES Learning. They have a certification called BP Trends has a business process specialist.
Can I do this certification if I'm in Pakistan?
Anywhere. Yes. It is
because it's a local entity, so that's why I am.
Yes, not necessarily here. Bassam Al-Kharashi and another European got together and brought a concept like PMO. They brought a concept of BMO, Business Process Office. So there is a Business Process Management Office dealing with all these things, taking any organization from just process measurement and KPIs, goals, reports to operational or business excellence. When you talk about excellence, this means you find issues, but you don't stop here. You have a quality control, quality assurance issue, or business assurance department. They do all these Power BIs or process mining. They find the gaps.
Okay.
Then In most organizations, 10 years ago, nobody will have a function for improvement. They will ask consultant firm to come. 1, 2, 3, a consultant firm comes and they see your processes, find the gaps, and then make an improvement, but they go away.
Okay.
This improvement used to fail. But now it has become, particularly under Saudi Vision 2030, it has become mandatory to have excellence KPIs connected, and they are being actually monitored by ADA,
Okay.
KPI monitoring entity, plus you have to be connected to 2030 Vision. So Vision Office also can check any organization where they're matching. So if they want to make this career, they have to be good at software development lifecycle, DevOps. They should be having basic knowledge of project management, because these things are going to be implemented by project management. Anyway.
Sorry to interrupt you. Actually, I want to understand. Like, say, there is some roles
Yeah.
into the management.
Yeah.
Let's say the strategy management guy.
Exactly.
Then we have a project management guy. Then we have a portfolio management guy.
Yeah.
I just want to understand each field
Yeah.
and what type of opportunity, means how much opportunity here in Saudi Arabia according to the market. You know very well.
For business process management is a and organizational excellence is a very hot market.
Okay.
Anywhere, because people are failing here. People are failing in processes, and from processes to audits,
Okay.
and after audits, what they need to do.
Okay.
Awareness and bringing the culture of excellence. This is where they are failing, and they are getting these some of the certifications like EFQM,
Okay.
European Foundation for Quality Management. This is a certification. People try to do it and they get these findings, but they do not have a team to ensure that this will not happen. What happens commonly, like always, a consultant will come, a consultant organization, they will come 1 year, 2 year experience. They will write down things. There will be documents,
Okay.
but it's not embedded in the culture, and people do not know how to open this manual and apply it really.
Okay. So I have a small question. Let's say, why do companies fail even they have a good people and good technology?
Very good question. So in ITIL, by the way, they say 4 Ps or 3 Ps, where you have people, partners, your stakeholders, partners internal or external, not necessarily that somebody has to pay to be a partner.
Okay.
And then you have a product and you have a process. Until you connect all these 4 Ps, you will not be succeeding. You have excellent people, but wrong processes.
Okay.
Okay, and let's talk about process. Processes, you will receive an order, you will fulfill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you will have an output. A burger order being placed goes through to the kitchen, they process that order, and then they will give an output, whether a burger or actually a receipt to get. Now, you have excellent chef, but the process of making this happen, or the technology partners and technology, to make it happen, you wrote down a wrong step, or you missed out when the customer said, I am gluten allergic. That
Okay.
means you do not have to put the bread, you maybe have to some. Now this is a big miss. People is okay, but what they read, they will follow, right? Now comes the partner. Okay, everything was okay, but the supplier that provided you things were not good. So 4 Ps are all together. You have to have a good product, technology. You have to have good people to do that. Process is a must, and partners and suppliers, because everything you're not going to run yourself. So this is to your answer.
So every companies have some SOPs, right?
Exactly.
And employees don't want to follow.
It's not that they don't want to follow. Actually, again, the question comes from consultant firm comes, write down SOP and go away. And particularly, let's take an example of Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
You've got 3 common nationalities. You've got Urdu-speaking guys, mostly Urdu Hindi, and you've got lots of Arabs, and you've got Filipinos, or who only
Maybe
read,
Egyptians and-
or others who read English.
Okay.
So you've got Arab readers, you've got English readers, and you've got Hindi, but they also can read English.
Okay.
Now, the guy came, it wrote down an SOP, a very simple one, how to turn on this camera and put this mic, and what should be the different distance and everything, but wrote in non-native language.
Okay.
Also, with now ChatGPT and all these AI, they even write it into a very tough language, not very simple.
Okay.
So we say in quality engineering, now that we have moved on to organizational excellence, we say SOP should be more visual, less writing. Very smart. Open this, close this, take this 5, take this 3, take this, then move, and make them practice it every little time. Then another point comes about process management. Process management is not only about documents. If you have a left-handed person and you design and he's your main chef, and you design all your kitchen with your right-handed stuff, this means he's gonna be reworking on many things. He's gonna pick up from here and try to cut here, and everything will be messed up. So this means in process management, and this is one of the successes of restaurants or fast food business. Why is it growing so fast? Or coffee business, why is it facility management? So when you decide the facility, you have to move from taking in ingredient or even making a pizza, from taking the dough to making it, to moving it to the next employee. It has to be supported by the facility.
Right.
If it is there, it's okay. Otherwise, like old day schools, Bukhari, or in our restaurants, this guy is cooking and they are fighting. No, it was my order and it was my order. There's nothing. Now, before we talk about processes or rework, like you asked, every project manager says, I want to build these walls fastest. They bring 20 people, just put the blocks, put the cement, and brick by brick. But there is no process and SOP available.
Okay, that means this is an example same like some companies hiring a lot of
Lots of
employees.
people, yeah.
But the things are same.
Yeah, and somehow they are overlapping, or like every department has a performance management employee or KPI employee.
Okay.
This is rework. And if they are not connected, then that means you're generating Power BI, you have your internal KPIs not tracked by any corporate governance, and the guy from operations is doing it, the guy from supply chain is doing it, the guy from marketing is doing it. All together it should be combined with strategy. It's not happening.
Okay.
So yes, lots of hired employees not having a process means you, as a project management thought, you say, I want to do it very quickly. I will have more people and do it quickly and deliver. 10 people cannot make a burger. 2 people may make it faster. 1 will make perfect if you make the space rightly. Okay. And if your distribution, it's okay. You do the burger part, the other one does the frying part. So you have facility design plus SOPs design that they have to follow. You can, like the drive-through. So you go through these days in Saudi Arabia and you honk. You put a horn.
Yeah, exactly.
And they say, why are you putting a horn when I'm here at the mic? So all of this is process plus facility management. And the employee cannot skip it. Now comes the part where you try to find the gaps in the processes.
Okay.
Or the difference between documented process, which is, very beautifully written, and the language and the, formatting like the bosses like, and the font size. And when you print it, it's so amazing to the eyes. But are people following it? Is the system being created to follow it or not? If we need to see this, we do audits.
Okay.
So it was not a very common phenomena 5-6 years ago that you will have audits within your team or within your departments. It was somebody else coming in, consultant, 6 months. They will do the audit, write down the report, and give you some corrective actions or improvement measures and go away.
Okay.
Now, as internal control, people realize, no, if I'm writing the document and processes, I will have some auditors internally. And this is also one of the skills that a business process person should learn. So they should do ISO 9001 or internal audit, any course, even for risk management or other. But they should start with ISO 9001 because it's quality management system auditing. I am a lead auditor certified, but you could be lead implementer also. So what they will do, they will find the gaps and go back to the department and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not there. Let's make it together. Now this guy, the same person is doing it. Also, when you want to particularly apply the process mining, for example, the new technology. So you take the data and you put it, and the process shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the gap. You go to the boss and they don't agree, or that department don't agree.
Okay.
So what you do, you say, let me and you, let's go together, shadow. what is being done. On the peak hours, when
Everyone
the
is going to be
workload
busy,
is
yeah.
at the highest. So at this point, everybody who is doing the workaround or a shortcut, they cannot avoid it because they want to get it done.
Okay.
So at this point, if you wanted to take a car first, then go to the inventory shop and take the tools, and then take your uniform, and then go to the site or make any entries, you're skipping it. You say, okay, at the end of the day, I will do it. No, the process should fail it. And when you're doing shadow, so some people call it audit, some call it shadowing.
Okay.
That you are their team, but you're shadowing, and then you realize and make notes that they are using manual Excel files to record date numbers and all this, and then they put it in the application, or they do screenshots, and then they have an employee sitting there, team leader, supervisor, he's filling this information. It can be done some days, but it cannot be repeated. If it is repeated and you overlook it, it's gonna bring a disaster someday. So this is one of the rules of process management where we control this part by audits.
So how you are implementing the AI for the automation?
Very good question. So as we know, the definition of AI or generative AI is bigger, but when you have things repeatable, you want to pull this data and train your models to say, first, the entry point, somebody will open a request from a service catalog to have, as a new employee, to request a laptop and a new screen and a mouse. And by default, it will have Windows. And there are just 3 or 4 checkboxes, whether you want it in Arabic and you want it in which city, and rest of it is all AI based.
Okay.
If it is this department, they will always have this profile of installation.
Okay.
This is artificial intelligence. You do not want everyone to fill a form and everything. So this is where AI comes in. And in business process management, if you are smart at tools,
Like,
actually Power Apps can
Okay.
help. Power BI is best help. If you want to upskill yourself, Tableau is going to give you some way. The tools themselves, SAP ERPs, Oracle ERPs, they come up with their own auditing AI models to run and classify and show you quick stats that this is what I see abnormal in the trend, and you keep on training it and improving it. So for process people, because they have end-to-end view, strategic view of how things should be done. And one of the more important part about process management is storytelling. You should like the story from the start to the end. So you don't want to, okay, I am only quality and I am only engineering people or system administrator people. I will only focus on my process. No. How is the handshake done? Is it done rightly or not? So we say above processes, to connect processes, we have something called value chains.
okay.
Whatever processes are there must generate a value. If they're not generating value, they're just processes for processes.
Okay.
So here comes the difference of having processes for compliance or having processes for value. If you connect them with KPIs, strategic, operational, and client KPIs, if you measure them as a process, then this means the value will be created. If you just measure how many processes do you have, what do you do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, do you have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 processes written? Yes. Do they have KPIs? Yes. They have input, output? Yes. You have a RASI matrix? Who will do what is accountable, what is responsible? Yes. Oh, good. Excellent. Now you have an excellent library, but you do not have a...
So let's say Tahakom. Tahakom is a consultancy company.
No, we are giving technology services to clients.
Okay.
Okay, implementing security system.
I just want to
traffic
understand
management
how
system.
Tahakom, what's the process of the Tahakom? Maybe it's a services way, maybe it's a product.
Yeah, we are hardware installation,
Okay.
and then running,
Okay.
and then processing the data
Okay.
organization. As simple as that.
So
Not
that
going
means
to
a
the
part
detail.
of the IT mostly.
We are a technology company,
Okay.
and we are AI company. We run AI image recognition
Okay.
to generate maybe violation, maybe traffic violations, maybe monitoring for security services, maybe somebody is holding a weapon or something that should not be there.
Okay.
Our team, mashallah, they are working on this to develop. Now, Is this part of our strategy? We have hundreds of software developers and AI developers.
Okay.
Like we said, hiring more people. Are they functioning rightly? Yes. When you connect them to strategic KPIs and operational KPIs and client KPIs, all your work, and then you have employee KPIs also. So you cannot have employee KPIs to say, for example, generate 2 AI models in a year.
Okay.
Okay, these AI models are related to FIFA World Cup. Is FIFA World Cup related to Tahakom's business or vision? If it's not, then that means this development is not required. It's not correct. So this is where Tahakom or we come, and we've got strategic and strategic corporate governance and corporate performance teams who monitor and make sure everything is in the end connected to the main strategy. And this is one of our role also. When we define processes, not for the purpose of writing a process,
Okay.
but to ensure that this process will create value for some other department or customer. If it is not, then it's just an SOP in a library.
Okay. Not in a library. I think it's a
old school. You print them. I have actually
into a graveyard.
Yes. So that's why we need automations to implement processes that people cannot bypass.
By your experience, let's say how you can elaborate the Vision 2030. This is a really good initiative by the Saudi government.
Yeah.
Every Saudi knows what he need to do and what he need to achieve till
Yes.
2030.
Yes.
How you can explain it, what's going on into the market,
So let's look back at what a vision is.
okay.
Okay, you open an organization, a restaurant. Everybody likes eating, but you do not know that what's the vision you have. You cannot have a vision of only earning money. This cannot be a vision, particularly for these organizations. Like, what will be a vision of a university, King Saud University, for example?
Okay.
They had their own vision. Banks had their own vision. Other organizations had their vision. Now you needed to have a combined country level vision for a long time. And this long term, you define some themes and you say, these will be our portfolios we will work on. Everything, all organizations that work upon it should in the end align to this vision that we need to achieve by 2030. One of the most common thing is non-depending on petroleum, right? And now we see the surge of EV. Alhamdulillah, 8 to 9 years ago, Saudi Arabia already organizations started working on Saudization and self-dependent, and then creating other markets, VAT, for example, 5% to 15%, where you want to generate money not dependent on petrol only.
Okay.
Because of this vision, everyone was aligned, and whatever vision for their organization they were creating, some entities are there to monitor them and say, is it aligned to our overall vision or not? So one of the vision theme was to generate revenue for the country going independent of petroleum. How to do that, what needs to be done. So this is one of a small example of Vision 2030. Vision 2030 gave, so when you create visions, you do not create a 1 year vision. You create goals for a vision, for a year. 5 years strategy can be built, but a vision will always be even bigger for that. How much population, what level of residency, and how people will own all this property, how much construction should be done, should be allowed, how to control it. And they already wrote all this when foreign people will be able to buy property in Saudi Arabia. Okay. All this was part of the vision.
Right.
And it's getting translated now. So what organizations or companies like, or consultants like us, business process team, do in this, we are good at creating value chains and then processes that will allow an organization, a new organization, to say, take this, apply it, and you will be able to serve, for example, in Hajj ministry, to expand Hajj operations, hospitality, waste control. Hajj has many operations.
So how was your experience into? You are a volunteer into the.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, Allah has blessed me with serving non-Arab Hujjaj from 2011. And if you see, even from process perspective, I myself in my companies and in my volunteer work, I apply all these knowledge and transfer it. So if you compare 2011 to now, because of the clear vision, we are offering, subhanallah, so amazing experience and seamless experience. And one of the biggest challenges was language. Like I said, for the SOPs, now people are not coming from countries from developed cities only, mostly coming from rural areas.
Right.
So they don't even speak, for example, even in Pakistan or India, they don't understand Hindi and Urdu.
Yeah.
So we are trying to communicate with them with the use of AI and technology and all the vision that was translated rightly. And the trainings we get, we got 12 trainings this year
Mashallah.
as volunteers. What is Zaka Atufi, what's emotional intelligence, how to do religious volunteer work, how to remember, again, there was vision and mission creation training for Hajj only this year. QR code reading, jumping from language to language, staying positive, staying in control, then life-saving CPRs and all was trained to us. Any situation can come to anyone. Then one of the processes, for example, we improved in Hajj. Let's take an example of SOPs and you've got diabetic patients. If they miss out on their medicine, it's going to be life impacting. You need to find something, and a basic SOP for that. Before leaving for any journey, you say, give me 20% of your medicine with me. And 80% I will remind you, did you keep your medicine and whatever is with you. But this is still a risk. By keeping that with myself or one of our team member, we took out the risk of saving a life. So this looks like a small process, but it impacts every group of Hajj. Almost, because diabetes is very high. So this is also helps from religion, is also helped by processes and everything.
I just want to ask a funny question.
Yeah.
The funny question is that, what's your age?
Yeah, I'm 44. Alhamdulillah,
Okay.
now I'm 1982 born. Yeah.
So,
Funny about it. It's good. We are blessed.
okay, so the question is I'm a Gen Z.
Yes.
Okay. I'm always in hurry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I personally feel you have a good communication skill.
Yes, sure.
You are taking, breaks when you are speaking. You are thinking about.
Yes.
You
Yes.
are doing some brainstorming.
Exactly.
And the other thing is that I feel personally like you are internally positive.
Yeah.
How I can do this? Like, what I need to do?
so-
Like, I'm praying. Okay.
Alhamdulillah,
Alhamdulillah. I'm going to the park maybe at 10 p.m. for 1 hour just for without
walk,
phone.
yeah.
But I feel personally like I'm not satisfied from myself.
Yes.
Even I'm doing multiple things. Still, I'm not satisfied. What I need to do?
Well, named by if you say it, we're doing all these podcasts and making value for younger generations and many other professionals. I must say that others should feel even more. You're doing amazing, but yes, we need to slow down. And I learned this gradually. I run marathons. I run 21 kilometers. I have run 42 kilometers actually in 2022. And I've brought and inspired many others with me. What I learned from going on very long walks, I did a Jikagali track hiking. If you see my LinkedIn post today, you will see it. We need to cut ourselves from technology for sure. Smartwatches, mobile, you have to give yourself this time. Book reading is so amazing. Atomic Habits is one of my go-to book. It changed me a lot. There is another Malaysian writer, I'll share some information about him. He wrote 12 habits from Surah Al-Fatiha.
MashaAllah.
Okay. And in that, from A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, from protecting yourself to saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, that he's very merciful, and you start with his name. So whenever you say Bismillah, for example, you only do good things by saying Bismillah, right? You will not do anything that you cannot say Bismillah. So this is a self-check for yourself. If you cannot say Bismillah and doing something, this means you should not do. Self-check. Then in this surah also, he mentions about optimism and gratitude. we are starting with praising Allah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We say shukr and hamd and praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what? Allah is teaching us whenever you start, try to count all the blessing. Then we say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Who is the Rabb? Who is the... We cannot define Rabb from the word Lord, to be honest. He is the caretaker, mercifully and graciously and wantingly, lovingly taking care of you, the one. The praise is for him, Rabbul Alameen, for all the worlds, right?
Right.
So you start with the praise and then you go on to say, Ihdina Siratal Mustaqim, I need guidance, I'm still going here and there, which is human, which is, for you it's fine.
Yeah.
Then you say also, so this means I want to ask guidance or seek guidance, and after that I also have to choose role models. So I say غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Okay, so we say I don't want you to make me from those who you are angry upon, and also those who are astray, who know what's the right path but did. So from this, knowing by what we learned, your company, your technology detox, slowing down, cycling, walking, running, whatever gradually you start, it's okay, but it should be off technology. Okay. This is number one. Number two, what I learned from our circle, we do understand Quran the easy way also. There is a program, group of professionals in Saudi Arabia. We're connected and now we are expanding, alhamdulillah, across the world. In this team, we learned that we have a company, a happy news comes, there is someone here across the road, across the high, it will come and we will sit together, have a cup of tea. And we have now a company that we can discuss a good thing about. Again, a vision also. So Naim, you're doing amazing that you have a habit of doing podcasts, adding value, but slowing down is very important. Cutting off technology is very important. And what I've recently learned for us and my kids, I have myself 2 daughters and 2 sons, alhamdulillah. We don't have mobile time for them yet. And not having that means it should be collaboratively. I cannot have it and stop them from having it. So we have story time together. We have whatever we watch, it is always together. So what I learned recently in a study is that shorts, reels, anything 30 second, 20 second, this is what habitually making us impatient.
Right.
What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us every day, 5 times, slowly, repeating the words. But even repetition has bigger, messages behind it. So, mashallah, it's good that one of the habits that you have for podcasts, you're getting to know more people, you're expanding your circle, but get connected to such people with bigger goals who have achieved. Sit with them. Off technology time should always be there. Long walks without thinking anything. Just, for example, tell yourself, I will do subhanallah wa bihamdi 100 times, or I will do 100 times Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, sallallahu ala nabi. So these things, getting off technology, it was the key. Otherwise, by the way, when I started running, I'm every 5 steps I'm checking now. So I had to gradually slow down. So this is one of the tips.
Sometimes the younger generation sometimes compare yourself to another guy.
Yes.
Let's say into the LinkedIn, I compare myself. Oh, I'm too much far from technology, and I need to do something like this.
Right.
I didn't create some products. I need to show myself into the LinkedIn, and it's really
impulsive. Yes. It's a behavior of sharing. Yeah. You're right. But I agree to you upon everybody who gets excited from the story what they are looking at. And the whole book, they do not know what hardships brought them there, what tests brought them there, or what tests are coming. And by the way, having lots of money, big cars, but loneliness could also be a test, right? Mm-hmm. And having less, people look at it as less money, for example, but having 10 people, 15 people, having lunch and dinner with them, cracking jokes at each other, could also be a blessing in disguise. So both of them are compared. So the social media has done this name by. But if you see yourself, or I see myself, if I go 20 years before, I don't see where I am. So if you see behind, you say there is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala making ways for you, getting you to meet people and do things. What Allah wants from you is dua. Whatever you plan, create a vision for yourself, mission for yourself, goals, 5 years goal, 1 year goal. We write every year, okay, I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But pray for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I want to achieve, help me in achieving it. And this is where dua al-istikhara comes and says, oh Allah, whatever is good for me, make it. So if it is good for me, make it for me. If it is not good for me, take it away from me. And at the end, whatever you do, make me radiyan. So whatever you do for me. So, being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, looking at the small achievements is enough. We are here for a time. May we be used for good, for benefit, which one of the things that you're doing, again, I'm saying knowledge management, one of the processes of ITIL, by the way. You have incidents, things are not working. Awais is very good in fixing this issue. Awais doesn't want anyone else to know it. ITIL said, no, sorry. When you want to fix it, write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I say, okay, I spent 3 days and now I have to write an essay on incident management and how I solved it and what was the root cause and everything.
Sometimes we are feeling this is unproductive and wasting of time.
Yeah. And then when it happens 1 year later or 2 years later, you realize since you wrote it down, even for yourself, if you wrote it down, oh, I don't have to put burden on my memory. I just go, open the file and see, oh yeah, this is the procedure. This is what ITIL did. And now AI is doing. All this material is there on the internet. You write it, it writes the way you want and everything is written and you follow. So there comes ITIL where it says, event, there is an alarm, something will go wrong. Your hard disk says 70% full. You say it's okay, 80% full. You say it's okay. Now it's C drive. When it gets 85% or 90% full, now your system shuts down.
Okay.
Since you did not work on the event, incident happened. Out of this event, maybe your hard disk will crash and you will lose data.
Exactly.
So there comes change management. This is also ITIL. Then after change management, you have knowledge management. How to avoid these things for future. So this is where, again, process management comes.
In Pakistan, this is my last question.
Sure.
So the question is that let's say I'm in Pakistan.
Right.
Okay, I have spent a lot of money to complete my graduation. Maybe I have borrowed some money from someone, and now I'm too much frustrated. And I was thinking to move to another country to start my career over there. And I think KSA
is a hot market.
Yeah, exactly. But how I can crack, like what I need to do means I need to go LinkedIn, how I need to approach people, should I need to create some connections, what I need to do.
So LinkedIn is very important thing, by the way. And in LinkedIn, certifications are very important, but you cannot just graduate and try to go abroad. The market will be tougher. I say a year or two experience into the organizations. Not necessarily you can do it from lucky people now. You do it from home, project management tasks, project coordination tasks on software development or anything. Upwork, any crowd online jobs.
Yes.
Mr. Hisham Sarwar is doing amazing. He started InfoSec or something like that. All these organizations are offering 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks jobs. You get into the culture of working global assignments. You get the taste of it. And then gradually, when you get hold of this, you might also travel to Saudi Arabia. It's a very supportive market. You have entrepreneurship now here, alhamdulillah. While working all these and you're generating your cost, you're not asking your parents to pay for you or a bigger brother. My bigger brother is in Saudi Arabia, so everything is okay. Should not be the case. What they pay in Saudi Arabia on the that should not be the case, like we say in Punjabi. So, working all these, you make connections internationally. You from GitHub and community platforms like this, you may get connected to like-minded people, then hackathons happen.
Right.
If you're really talented from your organization, hackathons allow you to participate in international ventures, and from there organizations will pick you. I say working from home, connecting to global markets and getting a salary in dollars or in any other currency, starting from there gives you a bigger goal, because now Gen Z and even the younger ones, you're lucky that you self-manage.
Right.
We were not able to do that.
Right.
We had to train ourselves to self-manage. We want always someone bigger to track me, whether I'm punctual, I'm coming on time and going on time. You are 24 hours people. In the end, you say, if it needs to be done 6 hours, what time of 6 hours will I do? I will decide. No one else has to decide. Albatta, it should be done by Saturday, for example. This is the deadline. You do it in last 5 minutes, you can do it. Okay.
Right.
So I will say, if they want to travel, they should seek and try to follow people in LinkedIn and social media on what they tell good, but also take on challenges. Stay out of your comfort zone. One of the most common thing I will always say, everyone, there is no dream job that you will sit and do nothing. I see lots of books, mashallah, here, and strategy books here. What I have observed in my last at least 7 to 8 years, I have to spend 2 to 3 books a year at least, new books that I have to study, any language. Now I prefer Arabic because I want to be proficient in it and I enjoy it. It's a very strong language, but it used to be English before. For many years, I was able to express language so good because I was a reader. So reading is a fundamental skill. It slows you down, it gives you analytics, and now it's needed more because AI is reading for you, giving you a 3-line summary, 5-line summary. Think as if I am Adnan Rafiq and reply me like that, okay? or CEO or a manager and reply me like
Exactly.
that. So connect and certify and take more and more trainings. It has become even shorter as compared to our time, from 20 hours PMP trainings done within. I used to work, and then in the evening from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock, now I'm sleeping and sipping my coffee, taking donuts, destroying my diet, but I'm taking this course. Now it's not the case. You can do every day half an hour, 20 minutes. You can break it down and companies will certify you. So do certifications. Certifications have become even more important than degrees now.
Right.
Degrees are getting outdated, but I still say degrees are important, particularly when you want to go abroad. They point your scores,
Right.
and they discipline you.
Right.
So it should be there. Certification should be there, at least 1 or 2 every year or 2. Follow good examples, but do not fall fan for them, that I must become like this. By the time, the heroes that I had, by 44, I am beyond them, subhanAllah. And they are happy for me. The teachers that taught me so many amazing things are looking at me as a better person than they are, which I don't think so. But if you touch upon my colleagues and my extras, even my younger brothers, because I'm the eldest of the brothers, I say my job as a coach, as a mentor, is to make sure everyone around me has to be better. If they win, I win. I alone cannot win.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
Barakallah
And it's an interesting conversation with you.
Barakallah feek, Naym bhai. It's an honor that you called me. I invite others to write what we can improve, and maybe we can meet some other time on another topic.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Thank you so much. Masala.